Hey, this is Eric Kirkpatrick. I want to talk to you today about something that has come up recently with the workers' compensation claim, and that is the calculation of the average weekly wage for what might be truly a seasonal worker or someone who works in a job where their ability to show up for work and get paid by the employer is dependent on things like weather or the fact that maybe they're not ready, whosever construction project it is not ready for that particular trade. So this includes people who might be iron workers, laborers, operators, boiler makers, or carpenters. Some of these union trade workers where they're on a construction site and it gets rained out for 3 days, or they're waiting, iron workers might be waiting for the carpenters to finish part of their aspect of the construction project before they can go in and do their job. The point is that the average weekly wage makes a lot of difference in the recovery for these seasonal workers and people who may not work a solid 52-week, 5-day-a-week job. The average weekly wage is the determining factor of the weekly checks that you get, and it's also the determining factor because it's the multiplier in determining your permanent partial disability award that may come later down the road. So, in the normal situation, for example, if I was hurt at work, I show up to work throughout the year. It's a solid 52-week job. We would just take my salary, divide it by 52, and come up with the average that I made over 52 weeks. For the iron worker who may have not worked for a month because of layoff, or may have not missed several days a week for periods of time due to being rained out, we don't just look at the last 52 weeks and divide his income by 52. We look at the weeks that he worked or the number of days in the week that we can then calculate the wage from. For example, somebody may have worked for an employer for 52 weeks, but by the time we take out the days that the iron worker or seasonal worker did not work due to those factors I mentioned, it cuts it down to maybe 40 weeks that the person actually worked their job. That then, if you're dividing $50,000 by 52, that's going to come up with one number. If you divide it by the number of weeks actually worked, or parts thereof, it might be 40. That increases the average weekly wage, increases the temporary total disability benefit, and ultimately increases the permanent partial disability award. So if you are a seasonal worker where you work 3 months a year and you're off for 9 months, your wage is divided by the 3 months that you actually worked. If you work a job dependent on weather and things like that for you to be able to earn your income, you need to take a look at how they're calculating your average weekly wage if you haven't hired a lawyer to do so already. My name's Eric Kirkpatrick, Kirkpatrick Law Offices in Swansea, Illinois. Thank you.